Hey, what's happening, guys? Today we are making some keto tortilla chips. These are crunchy, they're salty, they're made from scratch in just about 10 minutes, and they are so tasty. The best part about these keto tortilla chips, at least I think the best part about them, is that every 10 chips has just 2 net carbs. That being said, let's get right into the good stuff and make these low carb keto tortilla chips. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get out a medium-sized bowl and add just less than 1.5 cups or 155 grams of blanched almond flour to it. By the way, if you don't want to use almond flour, you can always use walnut flour or sunflower seed flour instead. Anyways, once we've added that, we're going to add a 1/2 tablespoon or 4 grams of xanthan gum to the bowl, as well as a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Lastly, we're going to add a nice pinch of salt since tortilla chips are quite salty. And then, as you're seeing here, we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together until they're well combined. Now, once we've got those dry ingredients looking good, we're going to get out a small bowl and crack and add a large egg to it. Then we want to whisk that egg up with a fork until the yolk and the white combine with one another. Now, once that happens, we can go ahead and add that whisked up egg to the dry ingredients of our keto tortilla chips. And then we're also going to add a tablespoon or 15 grams of some water. Okay, so at this point, we'll want to get out a spatula and combine the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Having said that, once things get kind of thick and crumbly in the bowl, we can start using our hands to form a ball of dough. Then when we've got that ball of dough formed, we can weigh it out on our food scale and form 4 equal smaller balls of dough out of it. Now, this next step is super important to shaping your keto tortilla chips, and that is using 2 sheets of parchment paper to cover the dough so it doesn't stick as you press it out. By the way, using the bottom of a bowl to initially press out the dough can really help you shape a circle out of it. Of course, from there though, you will want to use a rolling pin to finish rolling out the dough. Having said that, I'm using a 7-inch bowl to shape my keto tortilla chips with. So throughout the rolling out process, I like to use the bowl to check and see if I've got my dough rolled out enough. Then when I have done that, I'm going to press the bowl into the rolled out dough to form a perfect circle. Now, at this point, we can remove and save the extra dough for later so we can make more tortilla chips out of it later on. Anyways, at this point, we're going to use a pizza cutter to cut out 8 tortilla chips from the dough. And then when we've taken care of that, we're going to remove some of the extra parchment paper from around the tortilla chips. Now, once we've done that, we're going to pop our chips in the microwave for about a minute. Then I like to check on them, see how they're cooking, and then cook them for another 15 to 30 seconds. Now, once the tortilla chips are done cooking in there, we'll want to set them aside, let them cool down, and continue this process until we've made keto tortilla chips out of all of the dough. Anyways, once the tortilla chips have cooled, we're going to add them to a pan, sprinkle a little salt on them, and then cook them over medium heat. Now, these cook pretty quick, so just about 15 to 30 seconds-ish, depending on how colorful you like these to be, should be enough on each side. And of course, we'll want to repeat this cooking process with all of our keto tortilla chips. The recipe makes about 40 to 50 chips, by the way. Then once we've cooked our chips, we can transfer them to a large Tupperware container lined with paper towel for them to cool. And it shouldn't take too long for these low carb tortilla chips to cool. So when they do, you can serve them with some salsa or some chunky guacamole topped with bacon like I did today. And that, my friends, is how to make keto tortilla chips. As always, for more info on today's recipe, check out the video description below, and I hope you have a great day.